These people and animals had foreign objects in their bodies. In 2016, this elephant named Pretty Boy was in so much pain that he walked right up to doctors to ask for first aid after being shot in the head. The elephant was tranquilized and an x-ray showed a bullet in his skull. He was hit just centimeters too high for it to be a kill shot. The gentle giant let Zimbabwe doctors examine him and perform surgery to remove the bullet. In 2016, doctors successfully removed an 8-inch steak knife from a puppy's stomach after she swallowed it whole.
I thought the nurses were kidding me.
It took 45 minutes for the team to maneuver the knife just right to not hurt Lexi.
The hardest part was not to have it slice through tissue as we pulled it up. So we had to guard the tip and then maneuver it so that the blunt edge was pulling along the tissue and then the sharp edge was protected by inflating the esophagus and manipulating it very carefully out.
Lexi's family was unsure why she swallowed it in the first place.
She does have a tendency of pinching things and hiding them under the lounge. We just don't know. That's something we just can't work out.
Doctors think it had something to do with an underlying orthodontic problem.
They'll chew anything they can get their mouth around because whenever they've got something nice and big and hard in their mouth, they don't bite themselves.
Also in 2016, doctors performed this incredible surgery.
A couple things that we get really concerned about in puppies when they start having signs of vomiting and not wanting to eat. One would be parvo, which is an intestinal virus. The other is going to be if they've eaten something, whether it's something toxic or something that causes like an obstruction, a blockage, both of which could be life-threatening. I'm glad you got him in here, as soon as you did.
It's really scary. He's like a member of the family, so I get worried about him like I would get worried about my kids getting sick.
All right, I'm gonna take him back and go get some x-rays. We're just gonna take him back for 1 second. We'll be right back, okay? Yeah, it looks suspicious. Look how distended that intestine is right there. Looks like something stuck inside.
What is it?
I can't tell. There's definitely something stuck in there and not moving through. The question is, how much damage has it caused already? You may be in some serious trouble. So luckily that object passed through the intestines and make it into the colon. So now I'm closing the surgery site and we're gonna go in the rectum and see if we can pull this object out. I see something there, some kind of material. I think I can get it. Oh my God, it looks like is that a sock?
Aww.
So it's good that we were able to just kind of work it down there and get it to where we can grab it. So it'll probably recover a lot faster.
That same year, a 6-week-old puppy named Brody was in serious need of TLC after getting shot 18 times with the BB gun. He was rushed to an animal hospital where doctors found the BBs lodged into his tiny body. This man was the one who saw the canine being attacked near an apartment complex in South Carolina. He reported the violence to police and 2 teens were arrested for animal abuse. Brody was later adopted. Many wish for good fortune when they toss coins into fountains, which wasn't good for the sea turtle. In 2018, nearly 1,000 coins were found inside the reptile's tummy. It took 5 surgeons to remove the loose change from the turtle, nicknamed Bank. The added weight caused Bank to contract a life-threatening infection. After the surgery, she was on an all-liquid diet until she recovered. From 2024, Andy Thornton loved Legos. Growing up at age 6, Andy did what a lot of kids do, put them right up his nose.
I have a distinct memory of myself putting that in my nose.
Les Trent has more.
When the little piece called a Lego dot wouldn't come out, 6-year-old Andy concocted a plan that only a kid could come up with. Andy put a Lego man like this up the same nostril, hoping that it would click onto the dot and both pieces would come out at the same time.
I was hoping that the piece would stick to his head and I could just pull it out. But I didn't quite understand that if I did that, well, then his head was going to get stuck.
The Lego head got stuck too, and Andy's mom came to the rescue.
She's pulling him out with the tweezers, and as she's looking around, she's like, okay, there's nothing else left in here, we're good to go.
But Mom didn't realize the other tiny piece was still inside. For the next 26 years, Andy was tormented by congestion, asthma, and sleep apnea. but never made the connection. Then one day,
Down in the shower, doing my thing, and blow my nose in there, and out pops this Lego, and this memory came rushing back to me. I had a Lego up my nose for 26 years.
from September of 2024, a water buffalo that escaped being slaughtered and being shot by police will live the rest of his days at an animal sanctuary. For 4 days, Phil the water buffalo wandered around an Iowa suburb. His owner called the water buffalo aggressive and said he was about to be butchered for meat. When Phil escaped, the owner told police to put him down. Authorities say animal control and police tried to bring Phil in without harm, but he was shot by an officer. The bullet was still inside him. Jared Camp told KCCI.
And they felt that it's safer for him just to monitor his blood levels for lead than to actually do that large invasive surgery.
Officers transferred Phil to the Iowa State University Veterinary Hospital. He spent weeks being cared for and has now been released to the Iowa Farm Sanctuary.
He loves it when you get his ear scratched. Oh yeah.
Here, once Phil is out of a quarantine period, he will be allowed to roam freely outside. The Iowa Farm Sanctuary is a non-profit organization that provides a safe haven for rescued farm animals. They say the organization will provide Phil with a place to live for the rest of his life. For Inside Edition Digital, I'm Andrea Swindall.